Good evening.
Why not?
Welcome to another episode of the McGonigal podcast. Another stupid episode. We keep hoping to get canceled, but they won't cancel us. They keep letting me back doing it. We got a great panel tonight. On my left, Dennis Horan is here. Dennis, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me, Ed.
On my right, Mike Clements. I finally got him here. I finally got Mike Clements here, finally. Now, the last 3 episodes, we had at least one female guest. That's over. We're back to the old white guys. We're back to the old boring white guy. We had it for a while.
Who were the female guests?
We had Peggy O'Leary was here, and Chicaloca was here, and it was Holly Huff was a young comic was here. So we had some female guests, but I think that DIY experiment that they're the only 3 women who respond to my text. They're the only 3. So I had 3 women who responded to my text, and now we're back to begging the old white guys to come out and do the podcast again. So 3 old white guys, but none of us are named Cancel, which is a relief if you think about it. None of us are named Cancel, which is pretty good. But how you guys doing tonight? Pretty good? Ready to go through these?
Feeling good. Ready to.
You know it's high tech.
I write the topic is.
I write the topics down on a piece of paper. I don't even put them on a phone or anything. So we're old school. My bad handwriting, half the time I can't even read the topics. But so everybody's drinking except me, which sums up my life. Everybody's enjoying life except me. But well, we'll start out. Since we did the last episode, we lost a legend. Gene Hackman died. Mike, I know you were a big Gene Hackman fan. You
love Gene Hackman.
Loved anyway, Gene Hackman. Everybody was a Gene Hackman fan, right? Everybody was a Gene Hackman fan?
Didn't see French Connection, but, Hoosiers.
Hoosiers was great?
Didn't see French Connection?
No. Got to see that.
Oh, turn in your man card.
My favorite, I always say Bonnie and Clyde was my favorite of Gene Hackman.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie. Bonnie and Clyde, but not Unforgiven. Unforgiven is a great movie. The Conversation. How about No Way Out with him and Kevin Costner? That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Crimson Tide with Denzel, Mississippi Burning.
Yeah.
It was just in a bunch of great movies. Supposedly, Jack Nicholson turned that role down, though, in Hoosiers. They offered it to Jack Nicholson first, and he turned it.
Be a different movie, but
it'd be a different movie.
Gene Hackman's a natural for it.
Gene Hackman was great. He's what made it so good. But it's with a lesser actor, it wouldn't have been as good a movie.
Did he win anything for that?
No, he didn't for Hoosiers. I don't even know if he may have been nominated.
French Connection, he won,
and Unforgiven.
And Unforgiven, yeah.
He actually said something at his acceptance speech for the French Connection. He was such a humble guy. He said something to the effect like, "I think the award should go to the car." The car that he's driving under the L, smashing the car up.
That's funny. That's hilarious that he said that. The French Connection was great. All those movies. It's amazing how many. And there's a movie called The Royal Tenenbaums, which is a comedy, and he is great in it. It's hilarious.
He was fantastic in that.
Didn't see it.
Great movie.
The movie is hilarious. Birdcage.
What's that?
Birdcage.
Birdcage.
Birdcage is
that
funny.
Was a ride.
Robin
Royal Tenenbaums had
Ben Stiller, Gwyneth Paltrow, Bill Murray has a small part in it. Danny Glover, Angelica Houston. Just really funny movie. And he
just a really off the wall kind of like that Budapest Hotel. It had that kind of
it's crazy about him and his
flavor to it. But he was
great.
He was really good at it.
Yeah.
How old is that movie?
Oh, it's probably 20 years old by now, I guess. I mean, time goes so fast. It's probably 20. Yeah, it's great. Royal Tenenbaums. It could be. I mean, time goes so fast. It could be that. But how about the way he died? His wife died a week before him, and he had Alzheimer's. So
that was my first guess. Actually, is that my first guess was actually that she killed herself, and then he just couldn't deal.
Yeah, but apparently he was out of it, I guess, with the Alzheimer's, and they said he might not even realize she was dead. Maybe.
That's what it seems like. He was out of it and couldn't take care of himself.
Yeah, but he died like a week later.
That's
unbelievable.
A painful way to think of it.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking about, and then they didn't find him for another week or so after he died. I'm waiting on when I die. It might be 6 months before anybody finds me. If I drop dead in my house, that'll be hilarious. The fireman will have to break the door down to get me out. That'll be hilarious. What a closer. I'm going out with the greatest closer ever.
Do you think for that week, he's looking at her going, "Man, you're being rude." Like, what?
For the last time.
Yeah.
I told you this silent treatment doesn't work.
Can I get that sandwich? Or
So I guess the laundry's not going to get done today?
Oh my God.
You can leave them dishes in the sink all you want. I'm not cleaning them.
Nate Borgens has a routine that he does about his aunt was 9 years old until they discovered she was deaf. And
Oh, my God.
This is back in the day. And he goes, when doctors used to smoke in your face. and he goes, she was 9. They didn't know she was deaf.
That's amazing.
And part of the bit is he says, the one doctor said something like, I'll tell you what, she's pretty rude.
Oh my God.
9 years. Well, you're right. Back in the day, the doctors they didn't care. Like you say, you could smoke. They didn't.
Right.
They it was like they would barely even look at. Yeah, you look okay. 9 years old.
My son never listened. Like when he was a baby and toddler, never listened to me. So I actually did when he was in the kitchen. I dropped a lid to a pot behind him.
Just to see if he wasn't
And
dead.
he jumped
Just to
So it
make
turns
sure.
out he was just a rude kid. Yeah. But that's what I did to see if that was my test. It seems like, like you think a parent before they're 9 would test something.
Right.
Just clap
But
behind him or something.
it was
right?
different way back. People didn't even go to doctors. Like my mother would tell me stories that nobody went to a doctor for anything. Somebody could be seriously sick and they'd have them in bed, like giving them soup.
Get a
Nobody
priest.
went to a doctor.
Yeah.
I
toast.
can remember being in the doctor's office, and this is way back in the day. I'll be 70 in October, right? Smoking in the waiting room
Oh, sure.
in the doctor's
Sure,
office.
they used to let you smoke in the waiting
Those
room.
ashtrays on the stands.
It's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah.
People would smoke. Guys would smoke when they were waiting for their wives in labor. The wife would be in labor, and they'd be out having a cigar or a cigarette out in the waiting room waiting for her.
Take a look at the 70s game shows. If you ever see them again.
Oh, my God,
It's just
the-
the smoke is just floating
match
in the
game?
air. Yeah, match game is the one I was thinking of, where you can actually just see
Yeah,
the
when-
smoke floating above.
The old
them.
Johnny Carson reruns with the
Yeah,
cigarettes.
uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about nobody going to doctors, the old actress Jean Harlow, who died, I guess it was back in the 1930s, she had like a simple kidney infection or something. And of course, back in those days, nobody went to doctors or anything. So finally, she was in so much pain, they took her to a hospital, but she ended up dying. And she was only like 27 years old or something.
My gosh.
But
No shit.
Yeah,
27?
yeah, but back then nobody went to doctors. But I think I'm going to have the Gene Hackman death. I'm going to be laying there for a while before anybody, before the neighbors start calling up.
Well, let's set something up.
Complaining
Let's,
about that rancid
Let's get an
smell.
alarm for you or something.
You need not just that, but you need a shovel buddy to get all the porn out of your house before your family gets there.
Now, thankfully, all the porn nowadays is on the computer, so you don't need a shovel buddy anymore. But that'll be hilarious if they break it down and say the mediocre comedian found dead in Mayfair. God, we don't know how long he was laying there. Oh, that'll be hilarious. That'll be like my best bit ever.
The last activity on a stand-up calendar. about a month
That'll
ago.
be my best bit ever. I'll finally get a TV credit, and then he had to break the door down to get me out.
Yeah, we'll all be like, good for Ed.
Yeah, he finally got on TV. I knew he had it in him. I hope I drop dead before I get too old and Alzheimer's. I don't want that. I'd rather keel over. I don't want that. I don't want any of
Completely
that.
with you.
I don't think anybody wants it.
I guess they don't, but who the...
No,
But you know what? They're the least affected. It's the family.
Oh, yeah.
that's true too.
You know,
That's
it's
true.
like you don't have it. You're
You don't...
you're
yeah.
already gone.
Yeah, you don't know.
You're already checked out.
That's true. With my mom, she got to a point where it was like,
Yeah, she
just didn't care.
Yeah.
She just laughed at it. And I'm like, good for you.
Yeah, you give me 75 and I'll be happy to keel over. I'll be good.
Don't say that. My dad said at my dad's retirement party, he was 62, right? He goes, I just want 10 good years, right? He was dead in 10 months.
Wow.
I've heard
10
you tell
months.
that at your retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for coming to that. That was
It
great.
was a pleasure.
Well, last night it happened again. This stupid changing the clocks. Is that the worst thing in the world that they change the clocks twice a year? So you got to walk around for a day feeling like you were in a car accident. Your body clock's all off. Why did Yeah, it's amazing they keep doing this. That they keep changing the stupid clocks.
I thought
twice
they changed it back. I thought they were going to get rid of it
They've-
3 years
Trump,
ago.
Trump was going to get rid of it.
They've
Trump,
talked about it for
this
years.
time, but he's already backpedaled on it and said, well, it's 50-50, which means he's not going to do it.
Why do we need it? It's like, that what used to be good. Well, everything Studebakers used to be good, but nobody drives them now.
No, I wonder if the problem is computers and everything. I don't know. I think
They could fix that.
they could, right? Because a few years, during W's term, right, he changed it to an earlier time. So they changed the computer to deal with an earlier time, right? It was like end of March, and it was after Halloween, whatever it was, right?
Right, they moved it
now.
up.
They changed their go back, so it was after Halloween, so it was a little late for some of Halloween when the little kids went out. So they can do that too.
How did this even start? Was it because of the Amish or something?
Well, originally they said Ben Franklin had the idea hundreds of years ago to save candlelight, but it didn't happen. Right? But he was his proposal, but it didn't happen. Then the idea got resurrected for farmers who needed more daylight or something at certain times of the year. I don't know, which is probably true, but it's outdated now.
It is outdated. But I think when did it actually come up? Was it Nixon's time?
I think it was. I think it might have been earlier than that. It may have been like. Maybe if you go back to like Truman or somebody, maybe.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure what year it started.
There was this thing about saving electricity too.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense anymore.
56. Okay.
66?
Yeah.
Oh, 66.
Okay, so Lyndon Johnson.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just insane.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing, right? It was supposed to be electricity, and then. But now you have every house is air conditioned, and so what you lose, what you save in electricity, you lose in air conditioning or other
people
costs.
are running their tablets and their computers, and you're running electricity anyway. You're not saying
Right, the electric lights isn't really it's a pretty small factor. So
the power grid's going to crash anyway. I'm not sure.
When the Y2K things, people were convinced that planes were going to fall out of the sky and.
Yeah.
A guy I knew was buying cases of water, and I go, what? Cases of water?
And nothing happened.
How long is that going to last?
Yeah.
Nothing happened, right?
Right. Do you remember there was somebody who was a state senator or somebody whose face was blue because he was eating a whole bunch of zinc?
He was eating zinc?
Yeah, and his whole face turned blue. Like he thought this was some sort of life-saving thing.
He wasn't auditioning for the Blue Man Group. He just told people zinc. He didn't want you to know what he was going out to Vegas.
The Blue Man Group would have been his best answer, actually.
One other thing that happened this week that amazed me. This past Wednesday was Ash Wednesday, so it became a thing on like Facebook and Instagram. People were posting their ass selfies, their selfies with showing everybody that they got their ashes, their ash selfies. People were going on. It became a thing that was trending. Everybody was showing
No kidding.
pictures of themselves with ashes on their
Isn't that like a mortal sin or something? Is that legal?
No, I guess if you got the ashes, not. But why would you have to show it on?
Yeah, I mean, if you got to show it to your parents across the country, let them know you went to church. Other than that, what's the point, right?
It's amazing how we live. Everything has to be on camera. Even the stupid McGonigal podcast is on camera. Everything has to be on camera. It's amazing. People, that's all people want to do now. Everybody wants to be a celebrity. But
right, Ash went. That's a little light, right? Ash Wednesday selfie. I mean, first off, that's a specific crowd, right? And who cares, right? But
Ash selfies
Goes all the way back to Caddyshack when Dangerfield says the Chinese guy, "Come on, Wang, it's a parking lot." He's taking pictures.
Well, now everybody's a Japanese tourist. It used to be the Japanese tourists were the only ones taking pictures. Now everybody takes pictures. It's all people do all day long.
Absolutely.
right. So no one even understands the Japanese tourist
joke
anymore
nobody gets
it doesn't
that.
right because they take a lot of pictures. Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah, everybody. And who has time to look at all these pictures? Who in the name of God has time to look at all these pictures that are being taken?
Yeah, it's one thing to post one of yourself, but like if you have a friend, you want to see if. I wonder if Ashley has our ashes. Like, is that what they're doing? They must be, right? Like,
yeah, I guess everybody.
How did it become a thing?
Everybody wants to one up each other on that stupid Facebook and Instagram. Everybody's trying to one up each other. But the pictures are amazing. Like I remember Norm Macdonald had this bit about, when I was a kid, there was one picture of my grandfather. He was standing out in the field. He didn't look happy about taking a picture. Years from now, people are going to say, hey, you want to see 8,000 pictures of my grandfather? Because everybody has a picture. There was no pictures that they had. But I couldn't believe that. And I guess they're going to have the last rites selfies next. When your parents are getting the last rites, you're going to take a picture, and that'll be next. The last rites. The last rites.
You know what? It's common in Ireland to take pictures of
the last rites?
Of a funeral.
Funerals?
Of the deceased person in the coffin.
Oh, wow! Really?
It's pretty common.
That doesn't surprise me. The Irish love death.
Well,
they love death. They love funerals. They
no
love
doubt
it.
about it. Yeah.
When my dad passed away, my mother was there, of course, and said, make sure you get enough pictures of my dad. I'm going, the fuck, are you kidding? Oh, where are these going?
Wow.
And they were being sent directly to Ireland so they could go, wow, what a nice coffin.
Wow.
Is that Irish?
Yeah.
Like Ireland born?
My dad was Scottish.
Oh, okay.
My mom was Irish.
Both born over there?
No, my dad was born here. My mom was born in Dublin.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
They met during World War II.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Wow. Was she in the country illegal, Mike? Did he sneak her in?
No, she was actually...
That wasn't a thing. That was not a thing.
That was not a thing back then, but she was a war bride. She came home,
Came
with
him.
him. Yeah.
You got married over there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. A war bride. Oh.
Yeah.
See, my parents met here. They're born over there in Ireland.
Are they both born over there?
Both born over there.
Wow.
And then, Irish people, gigs getting together. They
Of
met,
course.
They met here. They did marry over there, just to go back see the family. But death, yes, it's like.
So probably when they came over here, people were introduced. Hey, you two should get together. You're both Irish. You right? Some
Well, no, it was the whole
friends?
the Irish Center. So
Oh, of course it was.
So they were doing that all the time.
Right,
So they
right.
met each other.
Looking to meet another Irish person.
I think
sure.
I think my mom's twin was dating one of my dad's best buddies and
Wow.
went that way. But no, yeah. So so they were hanging out all the time. They got together. They were in their own neighborhoods. We were in West Oak Lane, which was a very Irish neighborhood at the time. Not so much now.
That was pretty ritzy back in those days, right? West Oak Lane, was it?
I can't imagine. My parents didn't have a whole. There was 8 of us.
Yeah, the Irish weren't traditionally rich, Mike. The Irish weren't flush for cash.
I can't imagine it was ritzy.
Irish immigrants.
Maybe,
they weren't
maybe
flush
I'm
for
thinking of Olney. I don't know.
Yeah, it was no Olney.
Okay.
I'll say that.
I don't know what you're thinking of, but when it comes to the Irish,
I don't
they
know.
didn't have anything.
It sounds ritzy.
You hear those stories. You heard those stories growing up, but nobody had a penny. They didn't have this. They didn't have that. They couldn't turn the radio on. Those stories.
It is true. Like my dad. We talk about. I never wore like anything new, right? I had a lot of clothes. I have 5 older sisters, and I wore girls' jeans a lot.
Right.
But my cousins talk about the stuff we sent over after it's gone through 3 of us. They were waiting for our stuff. They talk about it like we were the rich ones because we were an American. My dad sent a big bar of Ivory soap over to his mother. He sent her, and you know what she did? She cut it in 4 pieces and gave 1 to each of 3 of her neighbors.
That's the Irish.
Wow.
That's the.
I was just like, because I was thinking she opened it up and said, "What the hell is this?" No, she didn't. She opened it up and said, "Oh my gosh, this is."
And she was probably the queen of the
Ivory
neighborhood.
soap.
Oh, she's got rich relatives. She's got rich relatives in
Oh
America.
yeah, she was the talk of the town.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I was an only child. My father, man, you don't know how lucky you got to be an only child, because I didn't have to share any hand-me-downs or any toys or anything. You don't know how lucky you got. I would always hear.
Yeah, a little of both. My brother was we're talking about Irish and death. My brother was just saying yesterday what he had a plan for his death while he was single. It was to take every dollar he has, go to Archie's Tavern in Jenkintown, put every dime he has on the counter, let everybody drink.
And then drop
until
dead?
the money. Well, no, this was after he's dead. They were propping his dead body up at the bar seat that he was that he would generally go to.
Oh, that's funny.
And yeah, just let people drink for free until the money went out, then the party's over.
Oh, that sounds like that sounds like the Irish. That's hilarious. Yeah, but they did all them old Irish traditions. Really, any of the old traditions are just hilarious when you hear about them because they sound so outdated now. That's funny. That's funny going to the Irish Center to try to meet your future bride. That's what people did though in those days. But immigrants would come over from Europe and you try to mingle with your own people. The Irish would try to find the Irish. The Germans would try to find the Germans.
That's definitely the way it happened out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the way
We
it always
couldn't go
was.
to a certain grade school that was closer to our house. We used to live at 6th in Indiana.
Right.
Because this grade school was German, and we weren't German.
German.
Yeah. So we had to go to St. Veronica's, which was further.
But that was Irish?
But that was like everybody. And then it turned into pretty much Puerto Rican. But we couldn't go to the Germans because we weren't German, which I find.
It was 100% German?
100% German. You had to be German.
There were
That was a rule, or just the social norm going?
No,
we don't go there.
They wouldn't let you. They wouldn't.
It was an actual rule.
Yeah, we were in grade school, and if you weren't German, you couldn't go there.
Down in my neighborhood, there was a school in a parish, Our Lady of Consolation. It was an Italian parish, and this is even in the 70s and 80s. You had to be at least part Italian to be a member of that parish.
An actual rule.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I thought it was more the social norms going, we can't go there.
And this is
Absolutely not.
this is so at least the 1980s. I don't even know if that school's open now, but wasn't that far from me. But it was weird because there were all these parishes, but this little church school was by itself. This school and church, and you had to be at least part Italian. It was weird. It was the weirdest thing. I had heard about the old traditions of like
Probably an awesome cafeteria, but
yeah, the kids were eating good in the Italian
Even
schools.
I think Frank Rizzo, when he went to move into Chestnut Hill, because he was Italian, they got a petition to
that
try to
might have
keep
been.
him out of the neighborhood.
Yeah, there were certain neighborhoods.
really?
Swear to God.
There were certain neighborhoods where if you were Italian or Irish, you couldn't get in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's absolutely true.
They
Okay,
did
you're talking way back in the day.
way back. I'm
Okay.
going to say late 60s, mid 60s.
Well, they used to have those signs, "No Irish need apply." That goes back to like the early parts of the 1900s, I guess.
Yeah,
when-
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those little
no Irish need apply.
the picture of the flying monkey. With it's supposed to be an Irish guy, and it said Irish need not. I go, that's pretty racist. I got to be honest.
Yeah, the Irish were not considered. Well, that's why they came up with the term paddy wagon. They were all
Right.
the Irish would get drunk and they throw them in the paddy wagon. That's why, but the Irish, they had to shape. They were pretty much told if you didn't shape up, and you weren't going to be able to be part of society. You weren't going to be able to get jobs. They had to shape up. They were pretty much told that, the Irish immigrants, because they were crazy. They were like the Sex Pistols coming over to America and going crazy. The Irish.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm going to have to study up. You're saying we deserved it.
Yeah. Well, they
At least in part.
Yeah. I mean, they were out of control. When you read about some of the Irish immigrants, they took a while to assimilate. They eventually did, but it took a little while.
Well, no doubt. By the time my parents got here, they were finding out the rules. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
it took a while.
my dad's name is Horan, and he thought like over here it's Horan, so it was like, all right, we're changing our name.
I mean, when my
Just to follow the rules.
when my grandfather
Really?
came over here,
Yeah,
wow,
How was
changed
your
the
name pronounced?
pronunciation?
it's pronounced Horan.
Horan.
Yeah,
But they changed it to Horan, huh?
yeah,
Wow.
because
Wow.
apparently over here they said Horan, so he was just like.
He just went with it. He didn't want to rock the boat.
That's what he said. They said, "What's your name?" He says, "I guess Horan," which the guy was like, and he said, "I was Horan over in Ireland." He says, "A lot of people were doing that."
When my grandfather came over here, it was Prohibition. And he immediately fell in with some other Irish guys, so he was bootlegging during the 1920s. They were, so he went right along with it. So he was bootlegging.
Oh, what else? If you got like, what else can you do? You come over here and you do what, right? You know your two people. This is what they're doing. What are your options?
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Especially in those days. Yeah. And they didn't have the programs to help you. You just had to figure it out. You had to figure it out.
Yes, and yeah. So like, yeah. Well, with my dad, you someone that puts you up.
Would put you up, exactly right. Some people you would be given an address. When you get there, go to this address. They would have to wait for you. They know you're coming.
Well, that's what it is. My dad lived with an aunt and uncle. I'm not
Yeah.
even sure who my mom lived with.
Yeah,
But probably same deal. An aunt and uncle that he never met before.
Yeah, right. They tell them you're so and so's daughter or so and so's grandson. They'll let you in.
It's amazing how much they welcome that. Where you knock on a door in Ireland and you say that you are, I'm Winnie's next door's cousin.
Right.
And yeah, like like get in here. Like it's,
Wow.
You got a bedroom, go ahead, make yourself an
That's
home.
amazing.
yeah, exact. All that they will treat you like royalty.
I could just see that nowadays in America coming over here. You could run off with a shotgun. You showed up at somebody's house. Trying to say you were a relative.
Oh, come here? Yeah. No. But if you go over there, they're still like
that way. Wow, they're still welcoming. That's amazing. That's hilarious. The Irish are pieces of work. So another thing I saw this week that I couldn't believe: Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune are going to start streaming. They're going to start going on streaming services. I was thinking the average fan of those shows is like 90 years old, and they don't know how to stream. Who's going to be streaming Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune? You imagine the person at the nursing home who has to set it up for because these people aren't going to know what they're doing. That poor guy's going to be tearing his hair out.
I was just going to ask you what's streaming.
That's even better.
No one's gonna set it up, right? Because they already know it's on at 7:30, and they're gonna watch it at that time.
Exactly. So it sounds to me insane that they would. I mean, everything streams now, so I guess. But they're not gonna. They're not gonna care about that. They're gonna be ready at 7:00 with their little cupcake at the dinner, cupcake and coffee, and watch Jeopardy.
Well, if they get a young person who can set it up, now they can watch Jeopardy 6 times in the day.
And still not get the answers, and still not get the puzzle on Wheel of Fortune. But that you're right. Nobody's going to be trying to stream those shows. That's the funniest thing to me. Streaming Jeopardy. Why don't they just stream Jack Benny? Why don't they bring that back? Streaming. I couldn't believe when I read that.
Well, Jack Benny's on every morning at 7 on. There's a channel.
For real?
Channel we get. Yeah.
One of those old nostalgic.
Me TV.
I love those
What's
old
that?
channels.
Me TV.
It's something like that. Channels.
Antenna TV, maybe.
It's Antenna TV. Yeah, 17.2
There it is.
on my.
17.2. That's exactly right.
And that's what it is. So it's got some old.
Was he any good or?
He was funny. I mean, the show's a little dated, but he was
doesn't
funny.
hold up. Let's say that. If there was a 90-year-old here,
Jack Benny was gigantic. He was on the radio, and then he transitioned over to TV. He was gigantic.
But it doesn't translate. Yeah, but as far as what he did, he was gigantic.
I think
he was groundbreaking at his time.
And the TV show ran for years after the radio show.
And I think he might be the first one to do just sort of subtle comedy by making it a little look, a glance, and getting huge laughs for it.
Probably.
So he definitely did some stuff that wasn't done before him.
But he was.
But you look at it now, you'd be wondering what the huge.
I've never seen an episode of a Jack Benny show.
He was funny. The show doesn't hold up that much, but he was kind of funny. Although there was an era where you could do the same shtick and a lot of the same jokes over and over again, and people kept watching. They were waiting for the pause, even though they knew what he was going to say. He would go, "Well," and everybody knew he was going to say.
What was the guy? Rochester.
Rochester.
Yeah.
Was he a servant or what?
He was like
which I saw one episode with that guy. A black servant.
Eddie Anderson, his name was.
There was an episode that definitely is like not up with the times, where where he tucked him into bed. This grown black man is tucking him into bed,
That's a right.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't
play well.
It doesn't feel good. Yeah, it doesn't translate to this shit.
Everything would say, "Well, yes, a boss." But in real life, that actor, Eddie Anderson, the NAACP started giving him a hard time about, you perpetuating black stereotypes, you got to get off there. And he basically told them to go fuck themselves. I got a good job. I'm not quitting this. I love this job. He was making good money. So he stayed with Jack Benny for like 30 years. And he told the NAACP to get lost. He wasn't quitting that
As
job.
well he should, right?
Nice.
I mean, as well he should. What's he supposed to do, right?
He told me.
You get me a job as a Harvard professor, I'll take it. Until then, I'm going to be doing this. Yes, sir, boss.
I got to be honest. When you watch a lot of the Stooges,
all that old stuff.
A lot of the portrayals of black people in the Stooges.
Oh my
is
gosh,
over the top.
Of course, all of it is. All that old black and white stuff.
Oh, I remember one time, it was like Yosemite Sam, lit something on fire, and he became all black because it exploded on him. And next thing he goes, "Uh-oh, better go into the kitchen. Something's burning." And you're like, oh my gosh, that's not right.
I was watching an old Clark Gable movie, and there's a black guy on it, and Clark Gable actually just addressed the guy as Blackie. "Hello there, Blackie." That was the guy's name.
Yeah.
here we go.
Maybe I shouldn't say
Yeah,
this.
Mike. If even you're hesitating, you definitely shouldn't say it because there's not much that makes Mike Clements hesitate.
Because I'm not going to say. I was watching a documentary about fighter pilots in England during the war.
Uh-oh.
And it was an actual documentary, and they had a dog on the base that everybody loved, and the dog had a horrible name.
Uh-oh.
Because the dog was black.
We can figure out.
And are we done from there? Is that the end of it?
I hope we're done.
We're going to end that story for
this? We're going to move on to the next topic. Because I can just imagine what the name was.
Man. I couldn't believe that they put this on TV.
They were actually showing this recently on TV?
I'm going to say within 2 years ago.
Wow.
That's hard to believe it slipped by. You're right. That's really hard. That's really.
That's all I
guess it's
Were
helpful
you getting nervous that I was going to go berserk?
I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought I actually was going to get canceled for real. No. Well, let's go on to a more pleasant topic. It looks like they're not going to release the Epstein list, the Jeffrey Epstein list. It looks like it's not going to get released, or if whatever they release is not going to have anything in there. It's going to be redacted. I mean, we knew this was going to happen, right? We knew that they were going to keep covering it up. The names weren't going to get out. We knew that was going to happen, right?
I don't know. I forgot about it for years, right? Like it's that there's a list that's supposed to come out. I thought something came out with some people who were, because Clinton is somewhat related and Trump is somewhat related.
The royal family wasn't there.
Prince Andrew. He basically got kicked out of the royal family.
He's in it deep.
Which is amazing. You could get kicked out of the royal family.
There's pictures of him, like with
young girls.
And so he's in it deep. I think Trump and Clinton, as far as we know, just like shook hands with Epstein.
I had heard something that
as
Clinton,
far as we know.
He was getting Clinton women, but they weren't underage. They were all like 35-year-old. Like Clinton liked a little bit older, but he was getting them women, but there was no I guess prostitution, but there was no underage crime supposedly. But Bill Gates. Supposedly that's why Bill Gates got divorced from his first wife, because she was mad with him hanging around with Jeffrey Epstein. That's supposedly.
Oh, is that right?
And that's supposedly why she wanted a divorce.
And the woman that was connected to him, she's in jail, right?
Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell,
doing a lot of time, something like 20 years or something?
At least that,
I guess she was a
purveyor.
Yeah, she was getting these girls.
She set all this stuff up, which really I'd love to see an interview with her, like what she was thinking.
And she was grooming these young girls, apparently, is what they say.
Yeah, I mean, what did she have? What was in it for her?
Yeah, that's a great question. What the hell was in it for her?
And where's the parents of these girls?
Well, a lot of these girls.
They all had some messed up stories. They all had messed up stories.
They had a come from dysfunctional families.
Like stripper stories, that kind of thing?
This just come from dysfunctional families.
Absent parents and stuff.
Yeah,
but also but I think these girls were doing this going right from school to between like 3 and 5 in the afternoon when they were supposed.
Well, at least they had an after-school job. I mean, I was lazy when I was a kid. I didn't have a job. At least they had an after-school job. You can't.
You weren't a paper boy?
No, I was a lazy. My father was always yelling about me being lazy.
Paper boy.
Being a lazy sport.
Paper boy was the best.
I wouldn't say that. What, Bolton?
Bolton, yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Bolton was everything. No, I didn't work till I got out of high school, which is amazing. I never had an after-school job. I was just a lazy fuck. And then I got thrown right into a factory when I was 18. I almost shit
that must have been a bitch slap.
I almost shit myself.
Oh my God! Was that the same factory you worked for 30 years?
Yeah, for years.
Jeez.
Yeah. I got thrown.
Boy, that's an awakening.
Yeah, it sure was. I had to move fast. Getting yelled at and getting, hey, let's go. Getting yelled at, all you're stupid and thinking you're the young kid. I was a kick in the ass. But I guess we're never going to get the truth about the Epstein, because the people involved were so powerful. And it's something Mike brought up earlier. Somebody said it's because a lot of the officials who were going there were from the Israeli government, and you can't fuck with the Israeli government. That's why it's going to be covered. That's why we're not going to release. Some people are saying that we won't release the names because there's too many officials from the Israeli government.
I knew it would come down to the Jews.
That's the only reason. The only reason Mike got in my car, he was hoping that we come down to the Jews.
Oh my God!
If I hadn't made him that promise, he wouldn't have climbed in the passenger seat tonight.
Oh man! We brought up Epstein. I think, oh geez, what's going to be the horrible thing said? And that wasn't my prediction.
I am so pro-Israel.
That was not my prediction.
Ridiculous.
But that's what some people are saying, that there are so many people. But those are powerful people. Our government, foreign governments, Hollywood celebrities, that they're somehow squashing this thing. Somehow the names aren't going to get out.
It can go to Trump himself for all we know.
Oh, sure. Nothing would surprise me. Nothing would surprise anybody being involved in it wouldn't surprise me. Nothing would surprise me.
And he hung himself, right?
Well, that's what they say.
Epstein, yeah.
With a toothbrush or something.
It's just convenient that the cameras happen to stop working just then. Well, just the weird coincidence that the cameras just happen to stop working just so he can hang himself.
You think he didn't? You think he didn't?
Who knows? We'll never know. We'll never know. I mean, he might have. But how will we ever know?
It's pretty fishy.
How will we ever know?
It's a little fishy, yeah.
The cameras. Maybe that might happen all the time in prison, though. For maybe the cameras break down all the time. We don't know that. Who knows? They might not take care of it. They might just fuck those cameras in prison. Who knows? It might be all the time cameras could break.
I bet.
Yeah,
I bet, right?
Security cameras could break all the time in prison.
Your camera was off?
Yeah, who knows? That could be a regular thing.
Yeah, even just so they could take a couple shots at a prisoner.
Yeah, exactly. That could happen all, but who knows? We'll never know if he killed himself, who was on that list. It's all going to be lost to history. So fucking.
Yeah, I don't know what we would do with it as a public anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Some guys, they would, and then if any famous person was on there, they would just deny it. Oh, this is ridiculous. It's a witch hunt. I'm being framed, right. And you're never proven.
Because they have the list, right? So they should go after whoever is.
But there's got to be reasons they're not. Who knows? And we probably don't want to know the reasons. It's probably sick. Why they're not doing it. We probably don't want to know.
It might make us lose faith in us.
Take these girls to like an island or something.
Oh, those supposedly the Lolita Island, right?
Is that what it's called? Yeah, but yes, they were on an island.
Crazy.
Yeah, and he had a private plane. He was flying to people.
And these girls who had nothing.
Yeah.
We're getting, a few $100 for teenage girls, a 16-year-old girl saying, hour and a half, you want to make $300? And they're like, that sounds like a good idea.
The shit out of McDonald's.
It just does.
See, rich people can get away with anything. It's amazing. What did Chris Rock say? Once he got some money and started hanging out with rich people, he said, if the public saw how rich people lived, there would be a revolution. There would be a revolution.
I bet it's true.
They actually saw how rich people lived. It's got to be true. It's got to be. So did you see Friday night they executed a guy in South Carolina by firing squad?
Blew me away.
Firing squad.
Blew me away by firing squad.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was amazed. He requested it. Apparently,
I heard he requested it because that's exactly. You look that up. You're like, yeah. I didn't know that was still a thing. But yeah,
I thought it was still in Utah. I thought it was the only state that still had it.
I think they said it was 15 years since any state used it.
Yeah, but what a bizarre electric chair, not a big fan. They're being, lethal injection. You go to sleep pretty much.
He said he didn't trust it. I think
he said he saw like one of his buddies, one of the people who died before him. Like, they got all
spazzed out.
He got friends with the other guys on death row, and he saw another guy die by lethal injection who lasted way too long.
No shit.
Yeah, so
they say
that's why he asked. That's why he asked for it.
Sometimes I can linger.
If I got 3 guys shooting me in the head, because have you seen it? It's 3 different guys shooting you. You got a bag over your head.
But 2 of them have blanks, right? And only one of them have live ammunition. Isn't that what happens?
No, I think it's the other way around. I think one guy has a blank.
Oh, and 2 have live ammunition. So you don't know who's doing it. Okay.
Well, doesn't he have they put some bag over his head?
Yeah, there's a bag over the.
So why would they have blanks in it?
Just
so you don't have the guilt that you're the guy that killed the guy.
Wow.
Oh, it's for the guys doing it.
I could have the blank.
Yeah. Maybe I didn't kill him.
You will tell yourself you have the blank.
Yeah, because you don't want to be the murderer, I guess. Wow. But that's amazing. It is amazing that they still do that. You would think they wouldn't allow it. You think they would, but I guess if you request it, they maybe they have to do it. I don't know. Maybe some states they have a rule.
Well, I think most states don't offer that as an option.
No way. Probably just a few.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right, an electric chair was still an option, and so that's
Old Sparky.
Old Sparky. That was the famous one in Florida, right? They used it for years, and they called it Old Sparky.
But that's got its issues too, right? That it could burn you halfway.
Well, there's been problems with that too.
The Green Mile. He didn't wet the sponge. Remember? In the Green Mile.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No. Gotta see.
It was about a death row situation.
But there's been problems with the electric chair.
Yeah.
Where people didn't work properly, and the person
And
didn't.
it just burnt them halfway, and it took like an hour. They reset stuff.
Yeah.
The
This
guy's screaming.
guy was probably doing all kind of research. He was probably on in the prison library, on the computers, on the internet, researching, like, got scared himself.
Oh, okay.
Probably,
The
right?
way I heard it, he was just talking with other people. I think I don't know, but he heard something from his other death
Maybe
row
that too,
buddy
but-
going like,
but they
these
have
other ones
access-
take a long time.
I believe you have access to the internet in the prison libraries, I think, or to some degree, and he might have been doing research.
That's possible.
Yeah, and he might have
He got his last meal, I think, 2 days before. And again, KFC. They love KFC. I don't know what it is, but they should really use this as a commercial. Like,
This is my last meal. I know what I want.
This is my last meal, and look at this.
and as they say the final, like the ad part,
Yeah.
that's when you.
It's a shame you're not still doing stand-up. Like, that'd be a great bit. That's a shame.
I didn't say I wasn't doing stand-up. If something comes my way, I'm more than happy to.
I mean, outside of your kitchen.
Yeah, that's true.
I love the idea though.
That is
KFC
funny.
has a,
What a great commercial. That is funny.
But
Oh, my God.
at least a half a dozen times I've heard of death row guys requesting Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Specifically,
What would you request? If you had a last meal, what would you request?
Fifth of Jack Daniels and a carton of Marlboro Lights.
See, that's exactly what I want to know. Is it anything, or is like because I would think I might get something.
A lot of prisons have a money cap.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I still thought they had a
It's
list that you read.
$40 or $60, and it's like that.
But it could be anything.
It could be
as long as
anything,
it's within
yeah.
the money. Because for me, I think I might do something like a milkshake and a whole thing of Oreos. Like,
There you go.
You know, like not a meal, but
Right.
just crap. That's what I would. Because that's what I thought. If they could get anything, I figured a lot of them would just do something like that. Get a big old dessert or something.
You know what? I think I'm in the same boat. I'm thinking like a snacky thing, like nachos, like crazy nachos with
Huge.
fistfuls of sour
Something
cream.
that takes 6 hours to eat,
Yeah.
right? Just so you know. Give me a second.
I would try to get like an old-fashioned home-cooked meal, like maybe some roast beef and some mashed potatoes, some corn, some good home-cooked meal like that.
Especially if you're in prison for the last night, I bet they
Yeah.
would. I think that would seem. That seems like an option. Although you know what, KFC might be an option for me too. I think.
I'm
I
going to
think
Google
they're. I think
this
they're
when I
onto
leave
something.
here. I'm going to find out what the parameters are for like. I think money has a lot to do with it, but and plus the nervousness. Like I'm
I
not
bet.
thinking of food at all. Like, are you crazy?
That's
I bet
true.
it happens. Right, that they don't.
Some guys
that they can't eat.
Oh, probably. But how would you? But if you were that guy and you requested, would you request the fireman's squad, or what would you request? I think I would
think-
go with lethal injection.
I think I'd go with the lethal injection.
Yeah.
yeah, I
lethal
think
injection.
so. Yeah, just get that needle and then hopefully
So,
it would.
there was a guy who was like a couple years ago was killed. You know, they denied him the insanity defense, and he decided he would wait to eat his brownie. Like they called him, it's time for you to go, and he decided he wasn't going to eat his brownie. He'd wait till he came back. He was going to get executed, and that's what he was telling them. He says, "I'm going to wait to eat my brownie
Yeah,
before he came back." Like, you might want to reconsider that insanity.
That's
defense, right?
hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah, I'll eat that right before bed.
It's
I
sort
like
of
a
funny.
bedtime
Like,
snack.
it's sort of funny, but I think they were wrong about the insanity defense. Is all.
That is funny.
Stupidity, insanity. You know.
It's hard to know where
One
one's-
guy actually, I don't know if this is bullshit. A guy requested an olive with a pit in it. Swear to God. So that when he gets buried, the pit will eventually become an olive tree. You know, when his body decomposes.
Interesting. I don't know.
I don't know if it's bullshit. I saw it on TikTok. I watch a lot of
No,
TikTok.
that's definitely true then, because everything on TikTok is true. They're not allowed to put, they're not allowed to put it up there, but that's just true. There's a rule.
is that true?
Everything on it. Oh, sure. They have an accuracy policy on TikTok
I gotta
for
be
sure.
honest. I started doing that TikTok. I love it.
Let's put it this
Oh
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok makes the McGonigal podcast look like Walter Cronkite. Let's just put it that way. That's what TikTok is. I won't put it on my phone. I don't want that. I don't want TikTok.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. Not because I think it's dumb, but because I think I'd spend all day.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm bad enough on Instagram. I'm looking at stuff. I know YouTube. I do a lot of YouTube on my phone.
Well, it's fun things. Babies smoking cigarettes, stuff like that. It's
just good harmless fun.
How are you not going to look at that? You know, a Chinese baby smoking a cigarette.
That's been around for years. That Chinese baby smoking cigarettes. That's been around for years.
Yeah, it's hard not to look at.
That is pretty great. The Chinese baby. But speaking of it goes right into my next topic. I'm speaking about Instagram. Have you heard about this girl on Instagram called Pie Girl? Pie Girl. Guys pay her. She ties guys up, and then she hits them with pies, like the Three Stooges. She's like a dominatrix, but that's her thing. You pay her. She ties you up. And then she hits you with pies. She's like a sensation on Instagram. Pie Girl.
Pie Girl.
And I was looking at some of the videos.
What about these prostitutes like having sex with 8 different guys for $100 a night, and she's sitting them with a pie, doing rather well, and you're like,
I've looked at the videos.
I did this wrong.
Everybody's fully clothed. She's fully clothed. There's no nudity. She's just hitting and yelling at, insulting them and hitting them with pies. And then she's Pie Girl. She's become like a rage on Instagram. Pie Girl.
That's insane. And at the same point, oddly interesting.
Yeah, I could not watch it. Like you said, I was looking at the Pie Girl. I heard about it, and I went and found her. I was sitting there howling. You got to be kidding me. There's a Pie Girl.
Any interviews with the guys afterwards saying that was awesome, or like
post-game interview with Dripping with Pie in her interview?
Like,
how'd you feel out there? Oh, it was great. I did.
It was fantastic. She's the best.
It was a team effort.
I've been hit in the face with pie with a lot of girls.
I want to thank God for this day.
I got to be honest. I wasn't expecting key lime. I mean, that came out of nowhere.
This girl's a pro.
Pie Girl, Pie Girl. But that it's amazing what becomes fantastic. I'm scraping around the bottom of the barrel of comedy for years, can't make any money, and this girl's making money hitting people with pies.
Give it a shot. Put yourself out there.
I got to figure something out. I got to figure some angle where I can go viral and not have to have a day job.
The answer is always no, unless you ask someone, right? Until you ask. So go ahead.
This is 35 years if I can't figure an angle and I keep having day jobs. This girl probably quit her day job. But
is the hot chewy girl? Is she all done? Making money?
She's fucked up. She let one of these Bitcoin companies use her name. Hawk 2 put out a Bitcoin, and the thing tanked. And people who invested in it lost everything, lost all their money. And she went into hiding because she was catching so much shit because putting her name on this Bitcoin that now I think she even deleted her Instagram and Facebook. She went into hiding.
Wow.
Well, you figure she had a short shelf life anyway, but she probably was going to have another year.
Yeah, she started a podcast, of course, like everybody does, and she was but and then they put her name on a Bitcoin, and everything went to shit.
Bitcoin is what ruined her. I wouldn't have predicted that.
No, that's not the thing. You would have thought it was something else, but Bitcoin got her. I guess Bitcoin will get everybody. I guess.
Heard of Bitcoins? Don't know what they are.
Oh, nobody does.
Can you put them in a cigarette machine?
No, nobody knows what they are, Mike. What could you use them for? Nobody can tell you what you can use them for. The Bitcoin. What's his name was involved in one? Elon Musk, right? Wasn't that his big thing? He was involved in some kind of Doge. Was it? That's originally where the name Doge came from. Before it was the Bitcoin was Doge. Originally.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was some kind of crazy scam, but it's all like a Ponzi. To me, it seems like a Ponzi scheme. I don't know. I wouldn't trust any of it. I still go cash. I'm still a cash person. I'm one of the old.
Do you still pay with checks?
Rarely, Mike. I'm mostly cash. I mean, I will use a check.
I mean like bills.
Yeah, I will use a check sometime, but I use a lot of money orders too. I use checks, money orders. Yeah, I mean, I'm old school.
You are very old school.
Old school. This is a funny story. I forgot. I don't think I told this yet. I was in a check cashing place getting a money order, and this DoorDash driver pulls up, and he comes in with the delivery. Oh, no, he comes to pick up a delivery, and he's showing the woman behind the counter with the check cashing. Pick up. He couldn't speak English, and she looks at him and goes, this isn't a restaurant. This is a check cashing place. And he kept saying, pick up, pointing at his phone, and she was going, this isn't a restaurant. This is a check cashing place.
Oh, my gosh.
I think he wanted the place next door, and he's going, pick up. Then he finally left, and she's looking at me, and I don't know what I was going to say. But he kept saying, pick up.
That's a big difference. Restaurant and a check cashing
I think
place.
there was like a
funny. I
cheesesteak.
don't smell any food.
Maybe it was a stick up. Maybe he was saying like, "Give me all your money."
Next door was a cheesesteak place, so I think he was probably had the wrong address, I assume. But it was the funniest thing. He's showing his phone. He's going, "Pay up, pay up." This isn't a restaurant. She's yelling at him. But Pie Girl's making money. I can't make fun of Pie Girl. She's making money. I'm trying to get.
Does she say what it costs to get a pie?
Maybe she does at some point. Maybe she tells her. Or maybe you had to contact her. Maybe you had to contact her people. I'm sure she's got people by now. She's gotten so big. She's got to have representatives.
Probably a website, right?
I don't know if she has a website or just the Instagram.
I want to know what the numbers are. Not.
Yeah,
Just for curiosity,
I should look. Well, just look up Pie Girl on Instagram. You'll find her.
Yeah.
Look up Pie Girl on just Google Pie Girl. You'll find her.
Like difference in prices of the pies, like as a rhubarb. Like, whoa, rhubarb. That's a little
out of my league.
Yeah. Hold on. Hey, Boysenberry. Wait a minute. What do you think I am, Rockefeller? Here's another story I heard about this past week. You know those long lines they have at Disney World and people stand in these outrageously long lines at Disney World? Well, there's a long line at Disney World waiting to get to this ride, and a guy in line shits himself. He shit himself in a Disney line. And people didn't want to get out of line because they waited so long and they would lose their spots in their state.
Including the guy who shit himself.
Yeah, including the guy that nobody wanted to get out of line. And they said it stunk horrible, but nobody would get out of line because they didn't want to lose their spot. That's how long these outrageous lines are at Disney World. The guy shit himself, and people were afraid to leave because they didn't want to lose their spot in line.
Also a good advertisement. Like, so good you'll shit yourself. Right? I mean,
what's their thing? The happiest place on earth. I'm so fucking happy I shit myself.
We could be a modern Don Draper here. We could come up with these advertising slogans for places.
Oh.
I think in the 70s, if someone shit himself in line at Disney World, it never became news. It just became
everything.
How does that become national news?
Well, the funny thing was, I was doing the podcast a couple of weeks ago, and there was a girl, Peggy O'Leary, here, and every topic she kept saying, "Why is this on the news? How did you even hear about this?" She was yelling at me.
She's exactly right.
She
like,
was
how
yelling
did that
at
one?
me about every topic, and she's right, of course.
But she's right. Like on that one, I'm looking at that one, going, "Why is that a thing?"
But everything gets taken. People take the videos and pictures, and everything goes viral. So everything becomes news nowadays. You can't do anything. I thank God I'm not back in my drinking days in the '80s. With people with cameras, I'd probably be in jail.
Oh my gosh!
You imagine if when you were younger, people like taking your picture and your videos every 5 minutes.
Oh my God!
The trouble you would have got into.
Oh yeah.
Going down the shore. Remember going down the shore
do
with your friends and just being insane.
And doing things not.
It's just being insane for a weekend at the shore. And imagine if it was all on camera.
And kids do that now.
Yeah.
They will take pictures of themselves doing stupid stuff.
Everything. It's crazy. I'd still be in jail. I wouldn't even have no chance of parole.
Could I tell another shit story?
Oh, please. Please. This is a McGonigal podcast.
You have another shit story.
I'm driving a trolley car. I worked for SEPTA years ago, and I'm driving a trolley car on Germantown Avenue, the 23 trolley. And older black guy, you could tell he had, like, dementia or whatever. And the trolley's packed. It's a hot summer day. He shits himself.
The trolley driver.
No. He's a passenger.
Okay.
Mike was the trolley driver.
I'm the trolley driver, right? And he shits himself, and I go, "Oh man, this ain't good." And I go, "Well, he's black, they're black. They'll be night. They'll see the dilemma." And no, they didn't.
They're going to take care of him just because he's a fellow black guy. Is what you're saying?
Or at least see the dementia and take that into account.
Zero.
Oh my God!
You better get this motherfucker off here.
Oh my God!
And I got to Germantown and Venango, and there was a bar there. And the bar was always, even though it was like a
You kicked him off?
Oh, no. I took him off the trolley into the bar because it was a bar visited a lot by Temple nurses and doctors. And I go, let me just get him over here and like leave him there. And some nurses actually said, yeah, well,
they took care of him?
Yeah, they took care of him.
Oh, my
but
God.
These people on the trolley wanted to beat his ass. And I'm going like, No fucking compassion, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus, that's
you better
funny.
get him off of here. It stinks. And I go, I know it stinks. It's horrible.
Yeah, I'm on this. I'm on this trolley too.
Oh man.
I tell you, that, speaking of shitting stories, I was
This is where this went, huh?
driving for a local deli in my neighborhood delivering food, and I'm out on delivery and I got to shit, and I'm like, oh fuck, I got to shit.
You gotta ask someone.
And I'm in my fucking car. I'm like, oh no. So I see this Dunkin' Donuts. And I was in such a panic that I didn't even, you know where they have the driveway you pull into Dunkin' Donuts? I drove over the sidewalk. I just drove over the curb and I entered the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. My car double parked, ran in, and the Arab guy told me, no man's room, no man's room. And I said, you gotta let me use the man's room, no man's room. And I look past him, and behind him out the window, I see a bar. And it's like 10:30 in the morning, and I'm like, oh, so I run over, and I'm praying this bar is open. Thank God it's open. I run in. I say to the guy, can I use the menu? Yeah, go ahead. And I just made it. It was a buzzer beater. Thank God that bar was open at 10:30 in the morning. Out of Whack Jack's on Willis Road. You know Out of Whack Jack's?
Yeah.
Thank God it was open at 10:30 in the morning, and I just made it.
Did you get a beer just to?
I gotta be honest,
As a thank you?
my seat.
So was I. That was a great story.
That was a tense fucking moment. I was there.
The guy's telling me, no man's room, no man's room. I said, I'll pay it. No man's room. No man's
Because he was being a prick, or maybe it was broken.
He said it was broken. Who knows if it was?
He's a liar.
Who knows?
No, yeah.
He's a liar.
They can't make any exceptions because then there's going to be 50 people.
Oh, yeah,
around
which
it.
I can't blame him in his situation, but I was in a panic, and I just saw this bar and past his head, and I just ran for the... But 10:30 in the morning, some bars aren't open. Some are, and so I got lucky.
Well, most aren't, but they were probably...
The good ones are open at 10:30.
No, there's some. There were people sitting
Actually,
there. There were people sitting
Some actually serve breakfast,
Oh,
which,
when I was delivering food, there were bars at 8 o'clock in the morning, people ordering breakfast sandwiches, and I'd have to go into these dive bars, scared I was going to get robbed or something. Walking in these bars delivering food, and they would take their time paying me, and I'm looking around, and there's 6 or 7 guys sitting
right, with the guy who's there, trying to
Back
explain.
in the day, a lot of bars open at 7 because of factory workers.
yeah.
Right, working night shifts, and
Oh, sure. I had friends of mine who worked that overnight shift, and they would go out to the bar at 7 in the morning. I said, you got to be kidding.
There's a bar near me that does that because 20 years ago there was a factory that had overnight shifts.
Right.
But that factory's long gone. What? Why is this still going on? CPAs need to drink at 7 in the morning, and the guy's trying to explain himself, going, "No, they have really good eggs." Like, dude, shut up.
Well, a lot of those places are dealing drugs. A lot of those places that are open like that. You go in there.
Well, it is a problem place. Even without the drugs, I already have a problem with it.
Did you guys ever watch the Rockford Files when it was?
Of course, yes.
Great show,
great.
right?
Cool, the best TV product
Angel,
I ever.
the creepy
Angel was the
friend,
best.
the best. He says something to Rockford. He goes, "Yeah, I was at O'Shaughnessy's for breakfast." He goes, "They don't serve breakfast." And he goes, "All right, we drink Irish whiskey and tomato juice and watch Jack LaLanne on TV."
I think I know a lot of guys like that who would have been right into that.
Fucking Angel was the best.
We went from shitting to the Rockford Files. That's the first time James Garner has ever been associated with shitting. I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe not, but I'm pretty sure it was the first time. But we're getting close to the end, which is good. We didn't even use up half the topics. Sometimes I'm running, people aren't jumping in. I'm running out of topics. But this was great. This was awesome. Here's something I want to bring up. I've heard on the news lately when people talk about the planet Uranus, they're pronouncing it Uranus. I guess they don't want to say anus on the news. What are they saying? Have you heard that too?
I've definitely heard
Uranus.
that. Yes, that's been a thing.
When did this happen?
Really?
I've heard that. They call it Uranus.
Because I guess they don't want to say anus. And it's like, Uranus. I thought I was hearing things. And then, how the hell is it called Uranus? That's not the name of the planet.
No, making middle school a lot less fun for people.
But imagine
So dumb. Yeah. How great is that?
Except now you say urine, so you can work with that.
Imagine the news director who had to send out a memo. We're not saying Uranus anymore. We're saying I thought, what are they saying? Uranus? What the hell's that?
I've heard that for like a couple years ago
Really?
for the
I just
first
heard it
time. It's not
recently.
catching on. People are insisting
No,
on
I
Uranus.
wanted it. The name is Uranus. Why you can't just change the name?
Right.
Change the name.
Unless it's the Gulf of America, but
Well, then you can change
you
it.
can change that name.
That you can do. That makes sense. If you have a red hat on, you can drape. But
I got to be honest, I'm never calling it that.
No,
It's weird. It's
hardly anybody's going to call
fucking
it
Gulf
that.
of Mexico.
I mean, but Uranus, I couldn't believe that they were calling it Uranus. I mean, Uranus.
Uranus, yes.
Why would they? I honestly thought, what is she talking? Then I realized she was talking about the planet. I was like, what? They're calling it that now? Well, did you see where they're trying to get rid of DEI in the military? So they were going through old files and they were deleting pictures of the Enola Gay. The Enola Gay is the thing that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. Yeah. And then they had to go back and reinstate.
Because it said gay on it?
Yeah.
Because it said gay.
And then they had these, I guess, these young people working for Elon Musk who didn't realize what the Enola Gay was. Then they had to go back and re-put it in the system when they found out how stupid they were.
But did you see the add-on to that story was the second plane? They had a backup plane for the Enola Gay. It was called Ass Fuckers.
Is that one still allowed or no?
That's okay for some reason.
Well, we done just about an hour, and this flew by. I mean, like I said, I used up not even half the topics, which is great. I mean,
really did. This was fun.
That saves me some time. Well, listen, I'd love to have you guys back sometime. You know, I mean, I know Sunday night can be kind of a pain in the ass. You don't want to give up a Sunday night, but I'd love to have you guys back. Mike.
More shit stories? Absolutely, I'm down.
Anything.
Yes.
Anything.
Same list.
Anything, but I'd love it. So I want to thank everybody. You guys got anything to plug or anything to promote? Or?
No, thanks for having me.
Yeah, nothing to plug.
Nothing
Just
to plug?
here to have a night with you.
Good.
Fun night.
Next weekend, March 14th, I'm at the Bolton Center in Long Island. And then the 15th, Saturday, I'm at Catch a Rising Star in Princeton. So two times to come out and boo me if you want to. And any club owners and bookers out there, it wouldn't kill you to book Ed McGonigal. That's all I'm saying. It wouldn't kill you. Might not help your audience, but it wouldn't kill you. Folks, I want to thank Mike Clements. I want to thank Dennis Horan. As always, the great Jim Coran, who we couldn't do this without. Folks, thank you so much. We'll see you on the next dumb episode. Thank you.
Comedy Train.